Well, the garden isn't gonna need watered for probably a week now, because as you can see, I'm still getting used to this soaker hose drip irrigation type of thing, and I've had the water on for about 6 or 7 hours. Whoops. I've got to get in here and clean up a couple messes that I've made. I had a cucumber that was just swelling up at the top, and the bottom wasn't getting any bigger, it wasn't getting any longer. And they're already beginning to peter out, so I wanted to go ahead and get that one off of the vine so it could send its energy to the others. This cantaloupe plant is beginning to succumb to some kind of wilt, just like this bush sugar baby is. I'm really torn because I don't want to lose those plants, but I don't want it to spread, and it seems that it already is. And I do have this Moon and Stars here, and then I've got these Crimson Sweet and Jubilee watermelons down here. So it's like I don't know what to do. I know what I need to do, I just don't want to do it. I harvested all of the Cucamelons yesterday, and my husband was scared to try them because he's never seen them before or heard about them. And I'll probably add that clip in here. He was joking about me poisoning him with this weird fruit that he's never seen. But now him and my son are fighting over them. They're both arguing over who's going to get the next ones. Try it.
If I get, I've got a $125,000 life insurance policy, and she gives me this. If I die, it goes to these two right here.
And me.
No, it's don't get a dime. I'm telling you, not a dime.
Does it taste like cucumber or watermelon?
More of a cucumber.
A cucumber. It tastes like a cucumber. No, it tastes like a watermelon.
More of a cucumber. I think.
Tastes more like a cucumber.
Pretty good though. I like him. I think they're still a little more growing.
Yeah.
Pretty good though. I'd eat them.
The sunflowers are beginning to produce some heads on them. It won't be too long. These all seem to just have one, except for this one here. No, this isn't it. There's this one that has several, and then there is this one. Sorry, it's not focusing. There we go. But all the others, I believe, only have one. But that may be better because they're usually a lot bigger when there's only one. And that may change. They may send off more later. My sweet potatoes are beginning to come out of the fence. I've had to cut those back a little bit. My morning glory are beginning to spread out here on this chicken wire also. But that's fine, I'll just leave those. I also came out and cut a bunch of zinnias, excuse me. When I harvested a bunch of our tomatoes and cucumbers, I cut a few zinnias for kind of like a decoration. I've always loved taking pictures, but I'm not a pro by any means. But I'm doing a little more like dabbling since I've started this YouTube channel. I've done a little more dabbling in trying to get some nice pictures. And I went ahead and started a YouTube or a Instagram page to post those. So if you haven't seen that, excuse me, sorry. If you haven't seen that, it's creatively_Candace. There's not a whole lot going on today. Even if there was, I wouldn't have time to do it. I just have a minute while my son is napping. My husband's taking my older son fishing. So I just have a minute to come out and take a look at the garden. And I just figured I would bring you guys with me. Actually, I remembered I needed to turn the water off. And that's why I actually came out here, but I mean, of course there are weeds that could be pulled and things, but I'm gonna save those things for tomorrow when my husband is home and can watch all the kids. Everything's looking really yellow on this video, and there are some things that are yellow, but it's not as yellow as I feel like it's coming through. Like all of these zinnias and marigolds, they're looking orange. And I noticed that in my last video, my last couple videos, and I've tried tweaking my camera and I can't seem to figure out what the deal is. So yeah, like this looks so yellow, but in real life it's very green. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. There were lots of butterflies out here this morning. We saw some black swallowtails and some monarchs, and then we saw some little baby caterpillars as well. I haven't looked through my camera, but I don't know if I got any good pictures or videos of the little baby butterflies, but they were so cute. I placed a couple of flowers in this fence here after cutting them so that they could dry and then I could harvest the seeds. I am so sorry. I don't know why. I have something in my throat and I keep having to clear my throat. I apologize, but sorry, my camera is not focusing right now. But you can either just do that and just let them dry and fall on the ground, or you can just take it once they dry, take it in the house and harvest the seeds that way. Can't wait for these triple crop tomatoes to turn red for me. It sucks that we've been getting so much, like we've been getting these really bad downpours, and then it does that for a few days and then it stops for a few days and then we get the downpours again for a few days. So I'm having a lot of issues with my tomatoes cracking because of that. So they're not looking the best, but it really doesn't matter what they look like. It's just that usually when they crack, a lot of the times they will heal back over very quickly, but sometimes that doesn't happen as quickly, and then you have issues with pests getting to them, and then you have to harvest them early. I'm so pleased with how this arbor turned out and filled in. I can't wait to build our raised beds and have an arbor like this at either end, kind of as like the entrance to the garden. I'm also going to do like some cattle panels inside of the garden and grow like pole beans and stuff on them and have them throughout the garden. But I want to have two really large ones at either end of the garden, the entrance and the exit. I just think that will be very beautiful and welcoming looking. Probably can't see them on camera, but there's like a ton of bees out here on these flowers right now. There's some honeybees, some little sweat bees. Might be able to see this one. There went a butterfly. All right, guys, well, thank you for coming along with me, and do not make the mistake that I did. Make sure you turn your water off. Set an alarm on your phone if you have to, so that you don't have a flooded garden.